Good morning, students. In our theory of total production, and after the total production, let us take the next chapter that is known as the total cost. In economics, total cost is the total economic cost of production and is made up of variable cost, which varies according to the quantity of a good produced and includes inputs such as labor, raw materials, etc. Well, students, whenever there is a question about the total cost, so what we have to include, we are including both the variable cost and the fixed cost. Hence, thus total cost are the sum of all consistent non-variable and variable expenses a company must pay. So you can see that the company has to pay the total cost, which is made of two factors, fixed and variable cost, and that is called the total cost. Okay, the amount of money spent by a firm on producing a given level of output. Now again, there are the certain output or production level targets before the company. So in this case, the amount of money is spending on the total cost, where we have to take the both elements related with the cost. Now according to this meaning and according to this concept, the main factors we got that are which varies according to the good produced. It simply defines that if the production level is 100 or if it is 200, so the total cost will vary according to the output level, whatever production capacity is of the company. According to that ratio, we have to concern about the total cost. Second thing is, total cost of production is the sum of all expenditure incurred in producing a given volume of output, and this definition was given by Dooley. Now what Dooley says that, as we were saying earlier also, that the total cost is equals to all the expenditure that is made by the company. Okay, and that expenditure is related with producing a given volume of output, either in the form of commodity or service. Well, so in short, TC equals to all expenditure that is producing, that is given by Dooley. Let us take an example to get the concept more crystal clear. Nestle Industries is a manufacturer of coffee. The company incurs the following costs of manufacture. Suppose the sale of Nestle Industries coffee is 1 lakh packets. Fixed manufacturing cost is rupees 2,50,000. Variable manufacturing cost equals to rupees 6,50,000. And the selling and administrative cost for producing 1 lakh packets is 1 lakh. Okay, so here you can see there are several different expenses related with the sale: fixed, variable, selling and administrative. So simply for computing the total variable cost, you can see what we have to do. We have to add all the expenses: 2,50,000 plus 6,50,000 plus 1 lakh. So here it comes 10 lakh. Okay, so 10 lakh is the total cost. Thus total cost includes all the costs associated with producing a good or service. Let's continue. Here you can see the diagram. Through this diagram we can see this axis is showing the output. This is for the cost and revenue. As you can see, total cost is through this curve, while the total variable cost is for this one, and this straight line is for the total fixed cost. What we get to understand through this diagram, that this total cost curve is above the total fixed cost and total variable cost. It is going upwards. Okay, and it is up from both the variable cost and the fixed cost. You can see it. And this is the cost and revenue, and this is the output. Well, the basic elements are cost and revenue and output, and total cost is going straight upwards. Now different ways to categorize cost is, okay, if we categorize the cost is, basically there are four types of cost is. First is known as the fixed and variable cost is. Fixed and variable cost is, students, as you can say, the fixed and variable cost is, here also we discussed. Fixed cost is are those cost is which are fixed, which are rigid. We have to pay either we produce more or not. Okay, if we are not in profit, if we are facing loss, then also we have to pay the fixed cost is. And the variable cost is are the opposite of the fixed cost is. Variable cost is vary according to the output level. Okay, it fixed cost is, suppose our rent, we have to pay the rent, we have to pay the insurance premium, we have to provide the salaries. So either we are getting profit or not. While variable cost is are flexible according to the production level. As you can, the raw material, the labors, or the direct expenses, indirect expenses, they vary according to the output level. Next category of costs are known as direct and indirect costs. A direct cost can be traced to the cost object, which can be a service, product, or department. Simply, if you simplify this meaning, that means a direct cost is related with the traced up to the cost. Suppose it includes raw material, salaries, depreciation, and administrative expenses. Well, the indirect indirect cost is cannot be attributes directly. Okay, we can't trace it indirect, but they contribute a lot for the production. Suppose security expenses, rent and wages, okay, etc. These are the indirect costs. They are related with the indirect expenses. Third one is known as the controllable and uncontrollable costs. Controllable costs, we can say, the internal factors of any business environment which are controllable. Suppose the internal factors could be the material, the labor, the expenses, etc., which we can control. But the uncontrollable costs are beyond our limitations. These are the external factors. External factors, in short, we can say the pest elements. Pest elements, political, economical, social, and technological. Okay, these external factors are the external factors which we can't control. Okay, so these are the uncontrollable costs and related with the uncontrollable factors also. Political, economical, social, technological are those, they are beyond our limitations. Four type of costs are known as incremental and opportunity costs. Incremental costs are, students, extra cost that occurs for additional quantity of units. Okay, incremental, suppose if we are producing 100 units plus 10 units we are providing produce extra, so now the incremental cost will be 100 units plus 10 units equals to 110 units. Okay, that means we are adding extra units, and definitely the cost will plus for these 10 extra units. While on the other hand, opportunity cost is the loss of other alternatives. When one alternative is chosen, that is called the opportunity cost. As example, how much leisure time we give up to work. Okay, so it simply says that suppose a man takes the train to work instead of driving, so what he is doing, he is getting the opportunity, he is saving. Okay, he is choosing one alternative from other. So opportunity cost or incremental costs are also the categories of costs. Let's move further. Now the total cost, the elements of total cost are, first is called the total revenue. Total revenue refers to the total receipt from sales of a given quantity of goods or services. Thus, the total income generated by any business entity and by sales, that is called the total revenue. Basic revenue is the money coming into a firm. Revenue is determined by two things. Okay, two things, they are how much is sold and how much is to sold for. Thus revenue will rise the more units are sold, because what we are earning income from that sale. Looking to forecast, okay, total revenue is basically for the future. What we have to decide? We have to decide the sales volume, we have to decide the selling amount, selling units, etc. To do so, you might have to look at your income statement to get a baseline understanding of how much you have to basically sell. And for that you have to see your historical sold. Historical, that means how much you sold in your past. Okay, so students, revenue, when we talk about the total revenue, what points we got? That revenue is determined by the selling. Okay, and second thing, the revenue is looking to forecast, that is the total revenue, and how much we have historical sold, so that also determines the total revenue. So here it can be written as P into Q. P means price, Q into quantity. When we multiply price into quantity, we get the total revenue. Another function is it includes discounts and deductions for returned merchandise. That means whenever we have to compute the total revenue, we have to take the discounts and deductions also. Okay, and it consists of following three types. When we divide the revenue, then there are basically three types of revenue. Total revenue, which we talked here. Next are average revenue and marginal revenue. So let us take the average revenue here. Average revenue refers to the revenue obtained by the seller by selling the per unit commodity. Okay, simply what we are talking about average revenue. Average revenue, that means you have to compute the per unit selling. Okay, so it is obtained by, formula says average revenue equals to total revenue upon quantity, or average revenue equals to price into quantity upon quantity, or average revenue equals to P, that means average revenue equals to price. Accordingly, average revenue is nothing but price of the good. Okay, we have to determine the price, but the price will be in per unit. How our company performed over a certain period of time. Okay, so it is must to keep in mind that total revenue and net profit are not the same. Net profit is a business total revenue minus total cost. That means whenever we less total cost out of total revenue, okay, that is the profit. Here we are talking about the total revenue, we are talking about the average revenues, so they are different. Total revenue is the total revenue is not the net profit, and here the average revenue is basically the per unit commodities price, the price of the good, and here we have to compute it by per unit. And the formulas are average revenue equals to total revenue upon quantity, or average revenue equals to price into quantity upon quantity, or average revenue is equals to price. Another type of revenue is known as the marginal revenue. The net revenue obtained by selling an additional unit. By selling one more unit, in algebraic terms, marginal revenue is the net additional to the total revenue. Simply, earlier, suppose we produce 100 units, but we decide to produce 10 units more. Now what we have? 100 units. So 100 units for the one more unit, or for 10 more units, whenever we have to compute the revenue, basically it is known as the marginal revenue. Marginal revenue is the net additional to the total revenue. That means simply it is adding the total revenue also. So it by selling n units. How we show it? By small n units of a good, okay, instead of n minus t. Now the formula is marginal revenue equals to change in total revenue upon change in quantity sold, delta TR upon TQ. Also TRN, that is numbers, minus total revenue n minus 1, that means additional total minus 1. If a company needs to build a new factory, okay, suppose the company is keen to build a new factory, Well, in order to produce more goods, okay, what he is doing, the company is not producing more goods, he is going for a new building. So the cost of a building is a marginal cost. Marginal cost means it is directly showing the additional. It will definitely increase the total cost because of the building expenses for needs to construct the new building. The total cost will be plus, okay, instead of producing more products. So it is a perfect example of marginal cost.